Last time on Sleepwalkers of Night Realm. Peter fought against the nightmare, an evolved form of a sleepwalker, showing the power of his dream piece, Wildcard, capable of randomized elemental attacks. His foe was easily dispatched, but his earlier altercation with Wendy, not so much. Amends were made though, and they theorized that immaturity came with their changes. This was solidified by Mia's behavior. However, they returned to find the rest apparently falling victim to the infection of the Sleepwalkers. What happens next? Well, now you can find out. Sleepwalkers of Night Realm. Written and read by storyteller BJ Foltz. Chapter 7. This does not go the way you think it does. As our zombified friends began trudging towards us, I backed toward the door. I was tired. Every muscle in my body was aching while simultaneously screaming to attack and defend the girls. My grip on my bat tightened as I grit my teeth together. Come on. Move. Move. I growled to myself. Wendy, though, broke before I did. She yelled as she charged at Mikey and hit him across the head with her baton. What happened next changed everything. Mikey yelled and hit the ground, grabbed his head, and shouted, "Ow! Doc! Why'd you hit so hard?" "What?" I asked. "Right, fun's over," Alex said, dropping his arms. Candice burst out laughing as she fell to the ground. "Oh, that was hilarious! You can't see the looks on your faces!" "She hit me, you psycho!" Mikey shouted. "Even funnier!" Candice cackled. I'm certain like heck that was worth it," Tiger said, wincing in pain as he grabbed his shoulder. "This was all a joke?" I asked, still thinking that I should beat them up with my bat. "Yeah," Tiger said, sitting down. "Why?" Wendy asked, annoyed. "Because it was hilarious," Tiger smirked. "That was great," Mia said, looking at Tiger with wide eyes. For perhaps unsurprising reasons, I heard Dreamweaver play somewhere in the recesses of my mind. "We've got the antibiotics," Wendy said haughtily. "And be happy for my training as a doctor. Otherwise, I'd let it get infected." I grumbled as I leaned against the wall. "If you guys don't mind, I've had a long, and frustrating day. Good night, or whatever the heck time is here." I slowly slid down and my eyes closed, feeling some satisfaction in hearing Tiger yell in pain and Mia scolding Wendy for doing that on purpose. While I don't remember Wendy's response, I don't think she denied it. I came to when I felt someone poking at me. Part of me wished that everything that happened earlier was a dream. It wasn't a very strong wish, but still, I held on to that hope. I prayed to whatever God would listen that was just Mikey wake me up because he didn't want the latest photo of Stan's granddaughter shoved into his face again. The sight of a girl with oversized glasses and a much too big pink shirt killed that hope in its crib. I rubbed my eyes, my muscles voicing their complaints about how much activity I did yesterday. A brief glance showed it was still dark out. Was morning even a thing in whatever this place was? "Hi, Trisha," I said, stretching with a wince. She cocked her head to the side, perplexed. "What? That's your name, right?" Yeah, I think it is," she nodded. "What's this place?" "You're kidding, right?" I asked. Trisha seemed a lot different from the high-strung stress bot I saw freaking out over everything. "Are you feeling okay?" Yep, she spelled, clapping. "Real good. What's your name?" "Peter," I said. "I'm confused. Are you doing a bit now, pulling my leg?" "No, this is pulling your leg," she said, grabbing my foot and giving it a short tug while giggling. "Okay, what's going on?" I asked as I stood up. "We're not sure," Wendy said, walking out from the kitchen and wearing, for the first time since we met, a denim skirt. Her white button-up shirt seemed to fit a lot better, but she still had her rather long tie. I theorized that her getting attacked by the Sleepwalkers was so traumatic that, on top of everything else, her mind just reverted to a childlike state as a defense mechanism. "That can happen?" I asked as Trisha began spinning around playfully. "Sometimes," Wendy said. "I don't know how to break her out of it." or even if we should. I put a finger to Trisha's head, which made her stop and just gave her a long look. Everything about what Wendy said was scary. That here, someone just reached a point that they couldn't handle and embraced the changes fully. You've got a new outfit, I pointed out, changing the subject. Oh, yes, Wendy said. Turns out that, among other things, Candice is an adept seamstress. She's spent the last few hours fixing up clothes she's found to fit us better. I realized that I'd just been running around in a shirt and belt around my waist for a while now. How did one even tell time here? I looked at the big clock over at the entrance to the cafeteria, and it seemed to have come to a complete stop somewhere around 10 o'clock. Wait, Candice is fixing up clothes? I asked. Yes, Wendy nodded. I'll be right back, I said, thinking that the crazy lady might not be so bad after all. Maybe she was a magical clothing fairy in disguise, and God bless her for it. I stood up just as Mia came out with a midriff exposing red top and a pair of black shorts. Relatively speaking, they still came down to her knees. She smiled and clapped, "Trisha! How's it going, girl?" "Mia!" Trisha exclaimed as she tackle-hugged the older girl. I walked past the two as they began talking and went into the kitchens, where I saw Candice sewing some jeans around Mikey's 7-year-old midsection. The kid looked a bit nervous, to say the least. "So you're not sewing that into me or anything?" he asked. "Please, Mikey, if I wanted to hurt you, I would have already," Candice said sinisterly, before adding in a chipper voice, "But I don't. I just want my followers to have nice-fitting clothes." "Good to know," Mikey murmured. "Ouch! Sorry, finger slipped," Candice said. "You did that on purpose," Mikey accused. "What? No," Candice said, but had a broad smile on her face. "There we go. All done." Mikey looked at his new outfit, an adjusted version of his muscle shirt and a pair of black jeans. He looked it over and nodded. "Yeah, this is better. Crazy lady, yeah, but you got talent." "Oh, stop," Candice said. She looked over and saw me. "Oh, Pete, good to see you're up and at 'em. Turns out the psycho's good at fixing up clothes," Mikey said. "Man, it's good to be in something that fits." With that, I practically danced out of the room, looking happy as a clam. I stepped up to Candice and cleared my throat. Figured you should, "Fix you up with an outfit? Sure thing," Candice said, rummaging through her pile of accumulated laundry. "Let's see. Aren't you going to ask me what I want?" I asked. "You don't know what you like. I know what you like," Candice replied, with the subtle undertone of, "Ask me that again, and they'll never find your body." "If you say so," I gulped. "Good," Candice said, holding up a pair of dark pants and a jacket. Need to snip your shirt down a tad, but I think these can work." "Don't you need my measurements?" I asked. "Oh, I already took them while you were snoozing," she said nonchalantly. "You what?" I half shouted. "What? You didn't object," Candice said, taking out some scissors. "Now be still while I cut these down to size." I held my arms out, thoroughly uncomfortable, but thinking now wasn't the best time to object to the sociopathic killer, especially when she had a pair of scissors. All the while, I just kept reminding myself that it was for a better wardrobe. Not long after, I now had a downsized jacket and pants. My shirt had been cut, so it only went down to my waist and kept my belt in place. I looked at myself in the reflective stove. "Huh, I look good," I said. "Yep, all thanks to me. You're welcome," Candice smiled. Yeah, sure. Thanks, Candice," I said as I stepped out of the kitchen. In the cafeteria, I saw my now properly clothed peers. How I didn't realize them around was a mystery, but Mia was still playing with Trisha. Wendy was looking up on Tiger's wound, the former biker having a mostly sized down tank top and his orange jumpsuit pants. Not far away, Alex was preparing a meal, now wearing a black button-up shirt and jeans, his croquet mallet held in place by a thick leather belt, and his white collar still around his neck. "Nice to see you're back among the land of the living," Alex called to me. "I'd say good morning, but who knows anymore." "Nice to see you too," I said, still annoyed about their little prank last night. I sat down next to Wendy. Don't be too sore. It was just a little fun. Fun, to me, isn't acting like zombies in a situation like this, I pointed out. That's fair. It was still funny, though, Alex shrugged. Speak for yourself. Psychiatrist Lay didn't hit you, Mikey said, massaging the top of his head. I don't think you're in any immediate harm. Bandages might need some changing from time to time, but you should be fine, Wendy said. Good. Didn't want to have to cut off my arm. Be impossible to run my bike in it, Tiger grunted. Of course. You live to ride and ride to live, right? Mia asked, Trisha bouncing on her shoulders. Basically, Tiger shrugged. Well, clothes are taken care of, Candice exclaimed as she came out of the kitchen. Excellent. So, what's the plan? Alex asked. For now, it's stay here, not die, and be fabulous, Candice exclaimed. But I'll humor the rest of you. What are your suggestions? I like the idea of not dying, Mikey said, holding up a hand. What about your family out there? I asked. Your mom, brother, sister, cousins? Cruel that, Pete, Mikey said with a nod. Let's burst out of here, Tiger said. After kicking the one's butt, though. Not gonna let that jerk walk after leaving me to die. I think leaving these premises would be ideal, but not immediately, Wendy said. This place is very well fortified. Then there's the issue of the sleepwalkers, Alex commented. Those people are... something's wrong about them. What was your first hint, preacher man? Tiger asked. The way they shrug off you smashing their legs with those mallets, or the fact that chewing them does nothing? But we've got Peter now, Mia said. Huh? Tiger asked. Yeah, he's got this super cool thing they used to fight those weird people, Mia said. What? Almost everyone asked. Why, did my subordinate not inform me of having a super cool thing? Does no one respect my authority? Candice asked. Wendy only pushed up her glasses, looking a bit sheepish. Peter? Tell them. Right. Yeah. I didn't tell you because I was ticked and tired, I nodded. So I, got this chocolate that gave me magic powers. And that can, destroy the sleepwalkers. There was a long silence. As expected, that was broken by Tiger laughing. Oh, man! Oh, man! Thanks, kid. I needed that. Magic chocolate? What's this? Some kid's storybook? Where's the Yellow Brick Road, the Mad Hatter? It's true, Tiger, I said. He's not lying. I saw it, Wendy said. Me too, Mia said, raising her hand, Trisha dangling from her forearm. Or do you want a demonstration? I asked, holding up my hand. On cue, the symbols appeared. Red heart, blue spade, green club, and yellow diamond. Apparently that was proof enough. Tiger only stared at the flashing images. He briefly looked around, trying to find a projector, but found nothing. I let out a slow breath, the symbol slowly fading. If I said draw, then, well, something big would happen, I said. How'd you do that? Alex asked. I don't know, I just... No, I said. All because I ate one of these. I dropped the sack of Sweet Dreams chocolate on the table. Everyone stared at it. Suddenly, in a blur of motion, Candice took it. Well, if that gives you magic powers, then why should the leader not have one? She asked, taking out one of the squares and popping it into her mouth. Yum, chocolate, it's so good. Then she swallowed. So, when does the magic kick in? Do I swish and flick or gah? Candice immediately keeled over, clutching at her head. Everyone jumped in surprise at this sudden development. She'll be fine. The exact same happened to me, I said. Listen to Petey Baby. He's got a good head on his shoulders. Without any indication of her appearance, Bella just materialized on the table, lying on it like a couch. Everyone recoiled again, Alex going for his mallets as Tiger went for his gun. All the while, Candice just rolled on the ground, sounding pained. Don't worry, she's not a sleepwalker, I said. She's the one who gave me that chocolate. You pick on quick! Second time's the charm, apparently, Bella said, sitting up as she took a heavy drag. That's not good for you, Trisha pointed out. If I was human, anyway. Bella shrugged, blowing out a ring. For me, it's just for fun. The name's Bella. Bella Nota. I know, it means beautiful night and a pretty song in that one movie with the dogs. I like it. Right. So do you plan on explaining anything, or are you just here to spout more cryptic junk? A bit of the first and a bit of the second, Bella said. And you can't just tell us what's going on and how to deal with this. Why? I asked. Because, Petey baby, Bella said, taking another drag before blowing a ring of smoke into my face. It's really fun! Anyway, kids, the chocolate gives you a dream piece. Think of it as a part of yourself, empowered to the ultimate degree. Since it's what you are, no two dream pieces are alike. It's not pleasant, but... Twisted Mind! Candice exclaimed, jumping up. Yep, Bella nodded. That's the card Candy drew. Beanie Baby here has Wild Card, a different random ability. So, that's what this is, I murmured. Dream pieces. Petey Baby? Wendy asked suspiciously. They're your best chance against the Sleepwalkers. In order to fight them and have a chance of winning, you need to draw out the nightmare within them, Bella explained. Nightmare? Is that what Lucille became? Mia asked. Yes! Those people out there, the dreamers? Bella asked, pointing to the window with her cigarette. They're the other 50%, drawn into the bliss of dreams and fantasy. That's why they don't seem to be aware of what's going on. They've been hollowed out, turned into vessels by the nightmares that infest this place. And what is this place? Alex asked. It's not heaven or hell, if that's what you're wondering, man of faith, Bella said. It's not even limbo, it's really hard to describe in words that you would understand. So let's call it Night Realm. Yeah, that seems to fit. But what brought us here? Wendy asked. Why were we brought here? And why we get turned to a bunch of brats? Tiger asked. Nah, I think I'll end it there. Figure it out for yourselves. But I'll give you this. She snapped her fingers. With a smash noise, a door appeared. A large silver door covered in moons and stars that apparently led to nowhere. I walked over and opened it. Considering what I've seen in about a day, the fact that I say this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen should speak volumes. The doorway led to some room, I guess. It was pure white, with a few platforms. There were a few bookshelves standing and a few tables. That's what's called a pocket dimension. It's a place outside of time and space where you can train with your dream pieces, Bella said. Now, I leave. But just one thing. Make your way to the library. You'll be glad that you did. Wait, what? Why? I asked. Isn't that the question? Bella asked before disappearing. Did that just happen? Mikey asked. I saw it, Wendy said. Me too, Tiger grunted. Well, team, since I'm awesome now, I'm gonna go train, Candice said, walking through the door. The rest of you, do what you want. With a cheery wave, she slammed the door behind her. The rest of us were just left to ponder exactly what we were up against, what the sleepwalkers really were on top of Bella's cryptic advice. All eyes slowly drifted to the pouch of Sweet Dreams chocolate, laying on the table. Bella Nota leaves the intrepid inmates on a cryptic note, and the others are left at a crossroads. What happens next? What's the next move of our heroes? Can they cope with the idea of being in another world entirely? Find out on Chapter 8 of Sleepwalkers of Night Realm.